Hi, I'm Claire.
And I'm Heather.
And we are
Masterpeace Astrology.
We're here with your forecast this week for February 4th, Sunday, through Saturday, February 10th. Boy, in the 6 months we've been doing this is probably the most pleasant week we've looked at in terms of just being kind of... almost looks like a little bit of a doldrums.
Almost like a snooze fest of a week. But it just means that there's no drama going on, really.
In a major way.
Yeah, it's just kind of a nice, just get through your work week kind of week.
It feels pretty good this week, so we'll just get at it for you.
So
Sunday?
Basically Sunday the 4th is a pleasant day. Sunny skies.
Right. Moon's in Libra. Feels like socializing.
Yeah.
Sun and Moon are in a harmonious relationship.
To Mercury,
Moon
nice
and Mercury.
communication.
Yeah, it's a good
Life
day.
is good.
Yeah.
Nothing
Enjoy
more
it.
to say.
Yeah. It's a good day. If you need to speak to somebody or hang out with people and you want it to go well, pick Sunday. All right.
Monday, another pleasant day for interactions.
It is. There's a little Moon-Pluto square late Sunday night into Monday. I mean, I know it's really not much of anything.
Right.
It
a
really
little bit of a
isn't.
Uranus thing, but it's really not even, I mean, it's just sort of a...
It's a little road bump at times.
Just a little blink, you blink. Oh.
Yeah, and it really sometimes is just like that. Because when you think about the moon goes around, it's 29 days, and the moon's going to form a square to these planets.
Every month there
right,
it happens.
A couple days, yeah.
A couple of different moons do different things.
So it's just a little blip. But
Not
anyway.
a big deal, but there is an energy between, right now, with the Aquarius planets. We have 3 planets in Aquarius
right now.
squaring Jupiter and Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
So the energy between Aquarius and Scorpio is very interesting because we were discussing this earlier. Aquarius is the revolutionary person. It's the eccentric person. It's also the person that's interested in changing the world and, protesting and everything to do with, like, humanity and helping out humanity.
Yes.
Scorpio is all about digging deep and destroying and rebuilding. So the two energies together, it's kind of like punk rock. It's dirty, it's gross in some ways.
It's very crass.
It's very crass.
It's in your face.
But it's also trying to change something. And
it is.
It's also, Scorpio is also about sexuality, and when you mix that together with Aquarius, which is a little bit, likes to try things a little weird, you get a little bit of a Rocky Horror Picture Show kind of erogenous.
It's very like
David Bowie kind of. There's no gender bender.
For sure, I think it's really interesting to think about that because I'm a Sun Moon Aquarius, and I know when I and so I feel that energy internally, and that part, Scorpio really does force Aquarius to kind of. Well, I don't know, deal with emotions. Sometimes it's the shock value. Scorpio likes the shock
value.
And Aquarius doesn't like that very much.
Well,
that emotional.
Aquarius likes the shock value.
Right, but
they do.
No, you're right. You're calling me on that, but it's mental. We look at the crass kind of bottom-dwelling aspects of Scorpio as if we're above it, and we're not.
But when you mix it together, you get the punk rock girl or guy with the mohawk and different colors and like the piercings all over the place, and
that's kind of that look. I think it's really fair to say it's a good look. It's kind of it's a freak. Anytime a strong freak kind of look is often an Aquarius Scorpio square.
Right. Mm-hmm. Sex Pistols, Rocky Horror Picture Show. So that's kind of the energy right now, but it's all in just kind of a fruit flavor.
But what does this mean for you? It means, like, socially, what you're going to do is you're going to be running into this. You'll see it socially. You'll kind of see it more, feel it more, run into it more.
It's just kind of the energy that's kind of vibing out there, but it's a very socializing energy.
Well, exactly. And, we have basically a lot of pleasant days this week. Monday is also a really pleasant day. Pleasant interactions, surprises are possible in the morning at work, but it's very pleasant. And then getting, though, to Tuesday, where the moon goes into Scorpio, that's like an example of this Scorpio Aquarius energy. That's when you might run into that kind of fun but slightly freaky energy because we got Uranus, we got Mercury forming a nice angle. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. We got all the Scorpio energy, so I think it's a really nice way to kind of start seeing that.
Yeah, it's very nice, playful kind of energy. It lightens up the Scorpio.
Go out and have some fun.
Yeah, and it makes the Aquarius a little bit more able to connect with people on another level.
And that's a great way of looking at that Scorpio Aquarius energy in terms of like how we'd hope you would be able to feel it as well, because there's a certain way that energy can look in the culture. But there's a way that it can feel in our relationships in terms of like not. Could you just say that again? Because that was really smart. The idea of the Aquarius kind of that shock and the just that emotional thing.
Yeah, it makes Aquarius feel, whereas in Scorpio it makes Scorpio share and be more open.
Scorpio has to share and be open, and Aquarius has, and that's really good for both of those fixed signs.
Yeah, so that's like Tuesday and Wednesday, both very sociable kind of days. As we get into Thursday.
Oh yeah, Thursday we get out of the moon. I've been in Scorpio Tuesday and Wednesday, so we get a lot of those that energy, and then Thursday the moon goes into Sagittarius, and Thursday is I think it's fair to say the energy will feel quite different on Thursday, because not only is the moon in Sag, it's building up to a conjunction with Mars in Sagittarius, also Thursday night. So all day we'll be feeling this kind of energy of Mars and wanting to act, and it's a great day for physical exertion. If you have a task this week that has to get done, it's a good day to do it.
Yeah, Thursday and Friday we'll have this energy.
Oh, it'll spill over into Friday. Yeah.
But to Friday there's a little bit of a Neptune activity.
Right, that's right.
Just kind of nice for talking philosophical stuff, or doing meditation, or well, maybe not meditation. It's more. It is a moon Neptune.
Well, but I think you bring it up in a really important point, because we just talked a lot about the Scorpio and Aquarius square, because 3 planets now in Aquarius, 1 in Scorpio. Venus is going into Pisces on Saturday, and what will happen next week is we'll have only a couple planets in Aquarius, and when Pisces gets activated, Neptune's in Pisces, and then Venus, with that Mars that's in Sag on Thursday, that's also going to be starting, I guess what I mean to say is that Pisces and Sag are squaring each other. And we're not feeling it so much this week, but next week. And what does that mean for you? Well, there's going to be more like that kind of what you're talking about on Friday morning. Just that kind of sense of that intersection of ego with the Sagittarius Mars and the spirituality of Pisces. So there can be some inharmonious expression of that.
Well, it's just basically like kind of a self-righteousness, but it's very spiritual and looking at the big picture.
Yeah.
But it can look like many different things out there in the world. Like
you can be a bit soapboxy.
Religious.
Preachy.
Yeah, religious, self-righteousness.
Right, your values are right. So you might start seeing this in your interactions, seeing it on TV, and also seeing and feeling that. But we're just building up to that more next week. It'll be much more acute in the next few weeks, and we'll be talking more about how those two signs square each other. Because Pisces and Sag are very mental and they think a lot. So Friday, I think, one thing I did want to say about Friday is that Friday, I think, because Moon in Sagittarius squares Neptune, is still a little bit touched by that Mars and Sag, I think it could be a little bit confusing in the morning. Mercury in Aquarius does conjunct the South Node. All that means is that it's easy to go backwards and think about the past habitual ways of thinking about problems. That can kind of be confusing and could really kind of, I think, it's because it's Mercury on the South Node. South Node is the old stuff, Mercury is how we think. News and conversations could be a little bit confusing, and I would just say, if you're feeling a little bit mentally confused in the morning, it'll definitely feel better after 12:30 Pacific time, because Mercury and the Moon make a nice sextile.
Very nice.
I'm just saying, Friday morning, folks, just look for that one to be a little bit confusing.
And Saturday...
Thank you for that.
Yes,
It took a while to express it. Some of this stuff is hard to express.
Well, yeah, because it's very...
It's deep. Okay.
But Saturday is kind of eventful because Venus is changing from Aquarius into Pisces.
It is.
And it forms kind of a nice little supportive... it's nice little supportive thing to Jupiter and Scorpio.
It's going to be forming a nice angle.
Things kind of move from Aquarius into Scorpio, which is going to happen slowly because we're still in Aquarius season. But it's going to be nice. So Venus in Pisces is basically more about intuition. Males with Venus in Pisces tend to like to pick the more dreamy kind of female energy, and the maybe some of the a lot of sensitivity towards relationships and they tend to get hurt really easily.
Very mystical.
And then they get very kind of victimish about it.
They can be easily victimized. Yes, we have Venus and Pisces idealizes.
For the man with Venus and Pisces.
It does.
Women with Venus and Pisces tend to be very into spirituality and maybe a little bit into drug culture.
Yeah, escapism, fantasies, the escapism fantasy world of, always seeing the potential in the mate, but not seeing the reality. So that's often the Venus. So I think Saturday afternoon when Venus goes into Pisces, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, it'll be very sensitive and intuitive.
So Saturday night's going to be a really nice, pleasant evening.
I think it's going to be
So it's a really nice date night. I expect to feel, expect to feel some really surprising warmth in terms of in the faith you're going to feel in your relationships with other people and your ability to communicate your feelings to them on Saturday.
I think it's going to be very nice. I
always surprises in the morning.
I always like Pisces energy. I'm a Virgo, so I kind of enjoy the kind of energy that Pisces brings, even though I might cry a little bit more.
I have a lot of Pisces energy, so I can relate to the Pisces and Venus.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our forecast for the week.
Yeah.
And I'd ask you all just to have a great week and consider subscribing to our channel. We'd love to have you as a subscriber.
And hit the little bell for notifications of our future videos.
Yes, please. So have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.